hello, and welcome back to the Brown Bear channel.
The BBC, baby. Welcome back.
Yes, we're so glad to have you back.
This is episode what?
6.
Woo!
Woo! Oh my God.
Just moving and grooving.
Here again for more. You are all gluttons for punishment because...
Okay. Baby.
Okay, because you're still watching and we love it.
Y'all love the punishment. Let's
Yes,
go.
you do. Talking about kinks. I was watching some videos this week about health topics related to different kinks.
Oh,
So
okay.
that will be coming up soon in one of our episodes.
Yes.
But we have a lot to talk today. A lot of tea.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Yes,
and
child.
also some health topics that I
Yes.
picked up on the internet that I find that they're very appropriate for a podcast. From people that that have some good credentials, medical staff, and we're gonna listen to those clips today and then discuss them. And then we'll finish up with a hot section segment of
it's
Sex Live.
Yeah, there are tons of questions that I want to pose, not just to you, but to everybody, because I think I think these are topics that are worth discussing.
Yes. Hey, bring them on.
Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Well, let's see.
I'm so scared
Why, girl?
because the one section that's coming up, I just child.
Well, that's why we
So
put you on the
much
spotlight, because you have no filter.
That's my problem. The older I get, the less of a filter I have. That inner monologue that says, bitch, you should not say that, it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I mean, if you're censored, like as I tend to be, then this would be boring. So,
Okay, come on.
I default to politically correctness.
Hey, girl, my mind is like Suge Avery from The Color Purple. Speak, Lord. Speak to me. I'm just speak on it. That's what I do.
Give
That's what I do.
our audience your stuff raw.
Oh my. I'm not that kind of girl.
Why'd you never try?
Well, girl, take that love back. I know my Yelp reviews beg to differ.
I was about to say anyway. So starting with our lifestyle segment, we want to talk about a couple of things that have been popping up in the internet. One of them is this 554-pound rapper that sued left after the driver said that she was too big to fit in. Okay, tell me about this. I want to listen to this story.
Bitch, you coming out the gate right with this one.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
you know it.
You just, talk about just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
It's just funny, but...
So there is this female rapper, who I've never heard of, and most people I know ain't never heard of her, who not apparently, had ordered a lift.
Okay.
And because of her size, the driver made the, I guess, executive decision, you're not going to fit in this car. Okay. I will even cancel it so you are not charged. Okay.
Oh my God.
I know some people feel like he should have just drove off. No, I feel like I think it was very respectful. Okay. And it was it is a safety concern. Now.
Okay.
That's the nicest part. Now let's get into the part that I think is just
Give me the meat.
I feel like it is very difficult to have a successful career in the entertainment industry, especially the recording industry. And I feel like this was a move to get her some attention.
Okay.
This attention that she's now getting came at the expense of someone else's bank account because
Okay.
Lyft fired this man.
Oh fuck.
Yes. And and
The
I
hell?
feel like one, Lyft was wrong.
Okay.
Okay. You are an industry, you are a rideshare company. So you of all people know the dimensions of vehicles
Okay.
and things of that nature.
But
So
what exactly transpired? Because I can't imagine like telling a customer like, "Bitch, you too fat. You can't,
okay.
you don't fit."
So he was
Bye, bitch.
He was driving a Mercedes. I'm not quite sure it was a Class C or Class E. Doesn't matter.
Mercedes, nevertheless.
He's okay. You're not going to be. He knew. You're over 500 pounds. You're not going to get in this car. You're not. Okay? My roof is not detachable. You can't slide in. It's just not going to happen. Okay?
Okay.
And so, one, I feel like this was a setup because how did you have your phone out and was recording so quickly?
That is another thing. Like it looked like a production. Like
Baby.
she had her camera on, lights on.
Yeah. You set this up. I feel like you set this up. You were trying to get you some clicks. You were trying to get some attention. You were trying to get some downloads. And so my thing is this. Okay, you are a rapper. If you are a successful rapper, please share with me what label you're on. What distribution company do you have? What record rep is actually going to the reporting radio stations to get you spins, to get your music played? That's not happening. So guess what? You're unsuccessful, so you're doing everything you can to get you some attention.
There is no such thing as bad publicity.
It will get, you're right. Well, in this case, it came at the expense of this man's job and his money.
Well, that
and
is
I
sad.
really hope he has strong attorneys, the same attorneys that quote unquote are coming to her rescue. I want the same attorneys to come to his rescue because you can do your research on the internet before you even get to court, and you can eviscerate this case before you sit it in front of a judge, because the normal span of opening a door on either a Class C or a Class E Mercedes, anywhere between 30 to 34 inches. She has to order either an XL or a black. And the wingspan, the
On
opening,
a whole entire bus.
okay, baby, and that span is 40 to 42 inches, which is almost 10 inches more. That way she will be able to fit. Now, let's look at all the pictures that she has on the internet and when she's getting into an SUV. But she did an interview and said, well, I've gotten into a sedan before.
Right.
Bitch, prove it. Show us the picture. Show us.
And before we continue, let's say this. This is not about body shaming.
No, it's not.
It's not about her weight or anything. It's just, it was her attitude.
No, here, I'm someone... right now, I'm right now at 235, but I used to weigh 340. Okay, so I knew that when I got on a plane, I'm gonna need a seatbelt extension because my fat ass wasn't gonna fit. Okay, I knew. I could say it.
There's always that passenger. Like, dude, if you don't want to sit in the middle seat and you're like 300 pounds,
you gotta put
400
me up
pounds,
front.
Dude, pay for the extra seat.
Come on, that's because when I would ride with people, y'all got to put me up front because you put me in the back. There's only room for two. Because you put somebody in the third, they gonna suffocate before we get to our destination. Okay,
Like that,
just
don't put yourself into that situation.
But I know this. I expected this. So yeah, I always, when I was ordering Ubers, I always ordered the XL. I always ordered the black. I had the money to pay for it, or I just didn't do it. I did not impose. I didn't. You are expecting, and I think it's just how I put this. And again, so when we say this is not about weight shaming, it's not about. It's not about weight shaming. Because I used to be a big boy, and I paid the price for me being a big boy, and so I chose to do something different. Does not matter if she's
but her brand is that she calls herself a BBW.
And if you're proud of it, then because the thing is, she is a pretty girl.
She is.
She's a very pretty girl. And if you are a BBW, then baby, honey,
Hey.
no one's telling you. Thank you. No one's telling you not to. No one's telling you to change your body composition.
Okay.
However, when you're in that situation and you know you are BBW, you know there are certain things that are out there that you can't do. You cannot get into a sedan. Look, there was a picture of her in behind the wheel of a Jeep. Baby, the steering wheel is literally pushing into her stomach. So how you gonna get into a sedan? So I
Don't,
feel
don't
like
ask for an avail if you need a Hummer. Okay. and then and the driver was like nice enough to tell her, "Hey, this is not gonna work, but I'm gonna go ahead and cancel the trip so that you
don't get
charged."
The weight capacity of Class C or Class E, I think it's 500 pounds.
Well, there you go.
You've already surpassed that. So you can't even fasten the seatbelt because if you are someone who carries a seatbelt extender in your car, child, call me. Please send me a message. Bitch, it's me. I have that. I provide that. If you are that person, if car dealerships are now offering that as an add-on to your car,
Shit.
along with your leather seats, fine. Let me know because I haven't seen it. So, it's just you're crying wolf. And now you're sitting in front of the camera, and now everyone is clicking on, and you're getting the attention. But
obviously,
and again, I don't care. Your press is your press. If it gets you downloads to the song I ain't never heard of, and by the way, I ain't trying to be fun. Nothing. I ain't gonna call out your name because I don't know you. So, and I'm not gonna give you press about calling out your name. Sorry. So anyway, that chick, that's what we're gonna call her. That BBW, that chick. If it gets you what you wanted in regards to your clicks and all that, baby, congratulations.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this man lost his job. This is how.
Yeah, that's sad.
Baby, we're living in a time where money is funny and change is strange. Every bill out there we're trying. Baby, every bill that comes in the mail should come with a prayer circle because we're trying to pay our bills left and right. We are struggling. Everybody I know is 30 seconds from an OnlyFans page. Facts. Okay? We are all doing whatever we have to do to pay our bills. And you did not take that into consideration. So I hope that this man gets a really good attorney and they're able to shut this shit down before it even goes in front of a judge.
Right. And I don't know. I'm not acquainted with the legal terminology or the laws involved in this kind of situation. But I would think since Lyft and Uber drivers are independent contractors,
yes,
they should have the right to decide who,
I will openly. I started
appropriate.
driving for Lyft while I was still living in LA. Mm-hmm. And when I was living in LA, I was actually using a rental car because I had Texas plates. Mm-hmm. So when I moved back to Texas, because my car is, I have a black SUV. Okay. So I am Lyft, I am Lyft Comfort, and I'm Lyft XL. So it is my car. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. But I'm telling you, ain't no fucking way the $20, $30, $40 that I'm paying, that you gonna pay me, don't come close to the car payment I have to pay every month. So you do not get to decide if you gonna get in my car. No, boo-boo, I decide that. And if I don't want you in my car, you're not gonna get in my car. You figure if this were a car that was provided by Lyft, then yeah, you have a leg to stand on. But I'm sorry, but when it's my vehicle, baby, that dog don't hunt.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you should have the right of admission if it's your car and you're an independent contractor. I don't know what the policies with Lyft or Uber are, but I'm just saying. Anyways, let me tell you a story about
let's move on, child.
Uber.
Come on.
Because, see, this happened to me.
Oh, shit.
I was in Houston with a former friend. And we were heading out to the bars at night. And we were, wearing some slutty shorts.
I was wearing slutty?
Right.
Girl, was that right after Bible study?
Right after Bible study.
Okay,
You
girl.
know it, girl.
All right.
You know it.
So it wasn't really slutty. It was more so Holy Ghost wear.
I'm dead.
Okay, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Girl, so me and my friend were like just being our gorgeous selves, and I was wearing some like leather shorts, and
Yes.
yes, I mean I had no underwear on, so
When do we ever?
my jewels were like hanging to the right
Or to the left,
or to
whichever,
the left,
which is most comfortable.
and I had my my leather gear on, like I had my armbands, and I had my leather daddy hat on, and when
On behalf of our listeners, we want pictures to prove this. Okay, but go ahead, child.
they're on Facebook, you can find them.
Work.
And so we ordered this Uber because we were responsible. We didn't want to drive to the bars.
Yeah.
And so when we get there, when we get to the lobby and we're waiting for the Uber, we noticed that it was a big truck, like a pickup truck.
Oh.
And it was kind of like lifted up, with higher suspension than normal. Not to be, biased, but we kind of had an idea of who the driver was, looking at the appearance of the truck.
Cowboy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And so the moment he's like at the light, when he passes the light and goes in front of the hotel, and he sees us both, and we were like, hey, the guy turned around, poof, and took off.
Oh, oh shit.
We were like, oh shit. Did he just?
Damn.
Yes, he did.
So y'all didn't get a chance to save a horse and ride a cowboy?
Nothing. He was like, bye, girls. You ain't getting in my truck. That is contagious. Girl.
Not
Oh
as contagious,
my God. What your disease is contagious. I could just play this in my mind, what was going on in his. It's
Oh my God.
He's like,
Honey, it's the gay allergy. Yes, honey.
But yeah, so that tends to happen. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, he could have just drove off, and
He could.
but
And that is true. That was, okay. So he could have drove off, or he could have stayed and said, look, I'm just going to cancel, because either way, he should have never been faulted, because all he did was, you watch the video.
being honest.
He did not say anything. He didn't disrespect her or call outside her name or anything of that nature. It just wasn't safe. It's not safe. Right. And who are you to jeopardize the safety of somebody for a 20-minute ride, which was probably less than $13?
And girl, fixing the Mercedes suspension afterwards.
Baby, you gonna need more than car shield.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, well, girl, let's talk about the housewives. Whatever county, because there's so many versions now.
There's so many. Okay.
But you are the absolute expert.
I'm gonna be real quick. Okay. So, Housewives of Salt Lake.
Okay. Got it.
Thank God for Mary Cosby.
Oh.
Okay. If it were not for Mary, I would not be watching. I'm sorry. Those other chicks, sorry. It's just not interesting enough. It's repetitive. It's just like, it is
boring.
It is unnecessary, repetitive white girl drama. Okay? I'm over it.
I mean, it's all like,
I'm done. It's played. Let it go. Moving on.
Anyway.
But we send prayers to Mary Cosby and her son. That storyline and his drug addiction. The fact that you put that on camera, baby, I can't even imagine. So that takes courage and strength. And the fact the father signed off, the dad was very proud of Mary for putting it out there. Okay. So yeah, we pray that all is well and that that young king comes out and leads a successful life and healthy life and sober life and moving on. Now, okay, let's go to We ain't gonna talk about Orange County because ain't nothing happening. I don't really want to talk about New Jersey because I think New Jersey needs to go away.
Okay.
Sorry, I love Teresa, but I'm over Teresa. She and their fights, it's the same shit. Okay. Who's next?
I need to watch those shows.
Um, Beverly Hills.
Okay. I've seen some clips from
Yes.
each one of these seasons. It's just
love. I love Beverly Hills, but I'm tired of Kyle. I really, really am. I'm tired of her. I am. I really am. And people need to stop. And I'm so glad they showed the episode of Garcelle and Bose when Garcelle went to Bo's house after her surgery, and they were sitting there talking, literally having girl talk, Kiki.
I've heard about
the fact
this.
These strong, educated, well-accomplished Black women are able to be on the same show, and it's not about a fight for, okay, who the Black girls got to fight so we can see who's the favorite Black girl. Stop. Stop
competition.
Stop with that fucking Jim Crow. Who's going, and I'm going to say
Stop
this.
it.
Let it go. That is the mentality we have been living in. Let the Black people fight to see who's going to be the favorite. I'm sick of that. Let these two Black women be successful, be accomplished, cheer each other on, and I'm with Pose. If somebody's got to go, then let one of the white girls go. You got tons of white girls. Okay? Let these two have a space where you can show where we as brown people can exist in the same environment, the same space, and cheer each other on. That's what we do.
Girl, I think, again, it's all
sorry for those who got, no, I was going to say sorry for those who got offended when I said the N-word with the hard ER, but it is what it is.
Well, they cause all of this drama on purpose so that people have conversations about it, It brings audience.
But I love the fact that that's where they are. I think Sutton is low-key bipolar.
Okay.
I do. I love her, but hold up. Their upcoming, they showed the trailer for upcoming episodes.
Okay.
And there was something that Sutton said that just was 100% big dick energy. Because Erica asked Sutton, do you think you're bigger than her? And Sutton responds is, I think my wallet is.
Oh, she went there.
Baby, that said big dick energy, 12 ways a Sunday, and I'm like, baby, go for it. Moving on, Real Housewives of New York.
Oh, Lord.
I
can't. I
personally think
I can't with those.
They should have kept the old cast. This new cast, I am sick and tired of watching. This is the problem when we talk about colorism that exists, because you have a lighter complexion Black person that feels they are better than a darker complexion, and Bryn literally only claims to be Black when it's convenient and it gains her sympathy, but she spent the vast majority of the season trying to paint Uba as the angry Black woman. And if you are a true Black woman, if you're sitting back saying you're a proud Black woman, then you know those types of words are deeply offensive. So why would you, even on camera, say that to her? Because you don't consider yourself Black. You actually consider yourself better. And there are things that she has done, along with her being a freaking liar. I think she's a disgusting person. And they need to go back to the old cast. And honestly, I personally think they need to take Bryn and move her over to the Zeus network. Okay. Let her go on the baddies so somebody can actually physically whoop her ass. Okay? And then we can go about our business. Because you have an ass whooping coming. No offense. Okay. I think that, because she did mention that she was a victim of a sexual assault.
Okay.
There is not a human being on this planet that deserves to be violated in that manner.
No.
But what she did to Uba, and when she made a comment, she goes, well, because the conversation was had about her being very flirtatious, being very sexual, almost to the point where it's inappropriate, disrespecting other people's marriages because you want to flirt with this woman's husband at an event and you think it's funny. Well, for you, it's funny if this were a frat house. This is funny if you're at the club. But these people are married. This is supposed to be your friend. If we're friends and you get married, even if I find your husband so fucking hot that I sit at home at night and I touch myself because he's so hot, I will never ever ever flirt with your husband because that is so damn disrespectful.
You know what? Basically, what you're telling me, what I'm like getting from all of this, is that the screenwriter is amazing.
Well, the thing, okay, I get it. We're on reality TV, and you're gonna do everything you can to, you want people to tune in, but the concept of let's get viewers at the expense of the African American community and their dignity and their character I'm tired of it. It's played out. I'm done. And it's disgusting.
But it sells.
Exactly. It does. Back to what I was saying. We love dirty. We love Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
Is coming back, and they showed clips of it, and I saw a picture of all the housewives and their looks. I'm going to say this. This is not the housewives of the Nene Leakes era, where, granted, Housewives, Atlanta was not the original Housewives, but Atlanta put Housewives on the map.
Okay.
And they have been leaders in the game. And these looks that they put up, to me, are not leaders in the game.
Okay.
These are very followers in the game. These are very regurgitated looks. And it kind of resembles, I don't know, maybe 2015 high school prom.
Okay.
It's not what I was expecting. Because I'm sorry,
it's like high school again.
Homegirl in that photo, she got on some hot shorts and some fur boots. I'm like, boo. What is that? Why don't we go back? Remember that movie with Keanu Wayne?
Maybe she needed some, air down there.
Hot shorts and fur boots. Who is the stylist for this?
Well, at least they're wearing Crocs.
Girl, come on. I can't. I was like, so I don't even think I'm going to watch Atlanta based off of that. So moving on, child, done. Moving on.
Well, moving on. One thing that I do want to sit down and watch for sure.
Talk to me.
Is this year's Oscars.
Yes.
Oh my God, they're coming up. And there's a few people in this list that I was looking at, and some movies that I haven't seen yet that I'm definitely going to put them on my radar. For actor in a leading role, we have Adrian Brody with The Brutalist.
Okay.
I've heard good reviews about that, but I haven't seen it. Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, also on my list to watch.
Okay.
Then Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. Ralph Fiennes for Conclave. Oh my God. I've been wanting to watch that freaking movie forever. Okay. It's about the higher council in the Catholic Church that makes it kind of like the Congress of the Catholic Church.
So they're the ones that said hide all the rape allegations?
Yes.
Okay, good times.
No, and apparently it's a drama and it's very well made. From the clips that I was seeing, I was like, oh, okay, this is right in my alley because, I'm social major.
Okay.
And it's like, yes. And I have, just if you didn't know, I had a few years of theology. Shh. Anyway.
I was going to say something else, but it was... Never mind.
It was a past life, okay? Okay,
go ahead.
Moving on. And the last one on that category is Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. I don't know.
None of those movies I have seen, and none of those movies I'm interested in seeing. But go ahead, girl.
I'm good, G. For actress in a leading role, guess who's first?
Oh,
Cynthia Erivo for Wicked.
okay.
Okay. Yes, mama.
Still haven't
yes.
seen it. Still haven't seen it, but I would love to see it.
What? I hate you. What? Girl.
Okay. I'm going to revoke. I'm going to get my gay card revoked.
Give it to me now.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna put you on probation.
As gay as I am, I'm just, and I think, and I love Cynthia Erivo.
Of course, who wouldn't?
I just don't want to see a musical.
Well,
I don't.
She is showing us a different side of her. That
Oh, I'm sure. I am not a musical theater person. I love sci-fi. I love action thrillers. I love horror movies. I love disaster
porn.
movies.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it. But I'm telling you right now, porn ain't playing at the AMC. So, okay. I'm just saying, but that's just you have to, there's got to be something. Now, I will say this. I've only seen one Broadway show in my entire lifetime.
Oh, girl.
And
it's making me sad.
But I can't.
It's okay. It's your
but I enjoyed,
your body, your choice.
But guess what? Oh, Lord Jesus. But no, I enjoyed it. I had a great time. Sat on the front row. And it was...
Which one was it?
I can't remember the name.
Oh, shit. What was it about?
It was about the guys that were in the band. They sang the old songs from the 50s and 40s and 30s, 40s, I don't know. And
that one.
Yeah, I still can't remember. But it was in New York. I saw it. I had a great time. Loved it. It was fabulous. I got a chance to meet members of the cast. It in that moment, it was great. Okay. Also, in that moment, that seat was free because I didn't pay for it.
So if it wouldn't been free, then you would have you wouldn't not have gone. Basically, that's what you're saying.
I'd been at the Village at the club.
Oh, okay.
I'd been at the Monster. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Well, I've been to several places. They're not my favorite thing, the musicals, but I enjoy them, and I enjoy theater, and I love going to Broadway shows. In Broadway,
I have sang and danced in musical theaters. I'm a choreographer. I have choreographed.
That's why I don't understand.
I have choreographed so many musical theaters. It's ridiculous. I've been in them. I've starred in them. But it's just not my thing.
Well, and even if it's not your thing, I encourage you to watch Wicked.
Yeah. By the way, and I give a big shout out to my friend Rochelle Rack.
Okay.
They're doing Betty Boop, the musical, and on Broadway, and it opens in March. And Rochelle Rack is one of the choreographers for that show. Now, I will 100% buy a ticket, fly to New York, and buy an airline ticket, go buy the ticket for the show, buy my hotel, and go and support that woman because I say all this to say this. When Rochelle Rack and I first met, we didn't hit it off. We did not. And over the years, we came to a place where we have mutual respect for each other's hustles. And I have a shitload of respect for this woman. Her hustle game is on fire. And the fact that she is now a part of a Broadway musical, I cannot say I'm more than proud. I'm happy to call her my friend, and I will be there in support. And even though and there it is. So congratulations, Diva. Very proud of you, Mama.
Congratulations. Well, and the rest of the nominees are Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Mikey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie?
Come on, Demi. Nope.
I have not, but I heard that she did such a great job. And it's a horror movie, I think. Because it's about like this treatment that she gets that it goes completely wrong. And it turns into a horror movie. I haven't seen the movie, but that's what I heard from the clips and the trailers and the reviews.
Okay, I will say this. Like so many Americans, It's not that I'm not interested in seeing any of these movies. Would have loved to have seen these movies, but when these movies came out, there was bills that needed to be paid, so the money wasn't there. So
Hey, I understand.
I will cheer for whoever won. And when they come to a streaming service that I'm already paying for, I will be watching.
The last one is Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Have you noticed that there's a couple of Latinas in that list?
Come on, celebrate and salute the brown. Let's go.
I like it. And in supporting role for an actress, actually Ariana Grande is in that list.
Come on, diva.
Let's all right. For the best picture, let's see who is there. Best picture nominees are Anora, with Alex Coco, Samantha Quanch, and Sean Baker as producers.
Okay.
Then The Brutalist. They haven't named or determined the nominees that are going to receive the award yet.
Okay.
But, A Complete Unknown. I think that's the one where Timothée Chalamet is in.
Okay.
And Conclave.
Okay.
And we have Dune Part 2. Dune. Sorry, my English is terrible.
No.
Dune.
Dune
Part 2.
I've seen
with Timothy as well.
Now I have seen portions of Dune Part 2.
Okay.
And I saw them because the gym that I used to go to, they have a movie theater.
Okay.
And where there's cardio equipment. And one day I was in there and I watched it. So I saw a portion of it. What I saw was good.
If you want to sit and watch it, we can watch it over here. So just let me know. I love that movie. Emilia Perez is also on the list. I'm Still Here. Nicole Boyce, The Substance, the one with Demi Moore, and Wicked. I hope Wicked wins. That's where my money is, on Wicked.
Let's go. I hope Wicked wins as well.
All right. Well, moving on to a different topic. Bad Bunny's new album is out there.
Oh my God.
And I love it. If you haven't listened to it, you must. And
even if people had no idea
what the fuck he's saying,
or even if people don't even know who Bad Bunny is, even if Bad Bunny had not received the popularity that he has right now, that is still not gonna stop. That man is sexy as hell.
Oh yeah.
Baby, that man makes my liver quiver. Trust, baby.
It makes me quiver.
If I will say this, I'm the type of bitch, if he released a sex tape, I would buy every fucking copy to ensure nobody else got it but me.
Okay. Well, if the history, like the musical history with Bad Bunny, he's an urban reggaeton sort of singer, and he's been doing a whole lot of different cameos and different like collaborations with other artists. And this album in particular, it's basically him going back to his roots, his Puerto Rican roots.
Oh.
So, So it hits home with me. Obviously, I'm Puerto Rican as well, and so
hits home with me because I've slept with a lot of Puerto Ricans.
So. Okay.
Okay.
She got some Puerto Rican genes in her.
Sure have. Sure have. Well, bitch loves a plantain.
The album from start to finish is fantastic. It is a mix of reggaeton with salsa, with bomba en plena, all of those African, Caribbean, and Afro beats that we actually have.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's fantastic. It's fire. And I think it also goes along with the fact that he now has a residency in Puerto Rico as a singer.
Inbox me your address, please.
Okay.
I'll bring a welcome basket.
Obviously, it's well coordinated. He made an album that it's basically exposing the Puerto Rican culture in it, because now he's resident at a venue in Puerto Rico.
What about the Puerto Rican culture is he exposing?
As far as
don't make me say it, because you know what? I have no fucking filter. I have no filter, girl. Let's not go there. Go ahead and just answer the damn question so I don't have to elaborate any further. Go ahead, child.
So what exactly do you mean?
That dick.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen any pictures, but I can. My guess is that it's well endowed. Okay, to put it nicely. Well, we shall see. Let's go ahead and talk about our social events because there are a few coming up.
Okay,
And
okay.
we have a little bit more time for that, and we gotta hurry. Girl, we're taking so much time to talk about shit. We're 40 minutes in, baby. Anyway.
Oh, shit, girl.
So we have TBRU coming up in March 13 to the 16th. Registration still up. Yay! Super excited for that.
Now, just a reminder, we will be doing an episode of the Brown Bear channel there. Yeah. And we're going to be posting a social media announcement of the type of guest that we are wanting for the show. So it's like, we're going to want you to come hit us up. We're going to baby, trust me, let's get it.
Anyways, we'll be doing pop-up interviews here and there. So we're very excited for that. RGV Leather Weekend is coming up in February the 21st in McAllen. Yes. It is a kink festival for those that are into leather in the bear community, especially this group of bears. They're from the Rio Grande Valley, so a lot of Latinos, but it's a good mixture of everything. But I fully support them. I know some of the organizers, and they're great. Huh?
Social events, because although you're going to be out of town next week, yes, because next week is your birthday. Yes. So the next week's episode, I will be by myself while this bitch is in Puerto Rico celebrating, having a great time, and I want to be the first one to say, "Happy birthday, happy birthday." I love you. I am blessed that I got an opportunity to meet you. Oh. And we in for the long haul.
Yes.
And you're my bitch. Let's go.
Yes, I am. And you're my bitch.
Now, while you in Puerto Rico, send me pictures, videos, text messages, all about the excitement.
Baby, I already talked to some of the party organizers over there. I sent them a message on social media. I was like, I'm coming there. I'm going to interview you. Is that okay? And they were like, oh, sure. Yes. Girl, we're gonna have some clips for you. Which is my next topic is the San Juan Bear Weekend.
Ooh.
It's coming up. It's this next weekend, the 6th to the 9th.
That's the birthday weekend. That's where that bitch is going. Ah, I'm so jealous.
I already got my Airbnb, my car rental. I mean, everything is set. Ready to go.
She's gone, baby.
Yes. And it's the first, I think, well, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the first time that they're doing this festival.
Really?
Yes. So I am very supportive, and I was like, you know what? Every year I go to Puerto Vallarta, and it was like, okay, should I go to Beef Dip again, or should I go and support my people in Puerto Rico? Of course I'm going to go to Puerto Rico. Okay. I've been to Beef Dip a lot, like, over the recent years.
Yes.
So it's time to try something different. So I'll give you all the details in our next episode. Together, because next one is going to be just him and, I don't know, maybe another guest. I don't know.
We're still looking.
We're still looking. We're looking.
Call me.
Call me. Okay, so talking about health and wellness this week, I have two very interesting topics.
Oh, shit.
Okay. One of them is what the differences between Cialis and Viagra. Because, okay, let's be honest.
Oh, yes. What is the difference?
Okay, so let's be honest.
Okay.
We all have dabbled at some point with one of those two drugs.
I have not.
Or maybe you haven't. Because you have a superpower.
No. Honey,
now she's advertising.
No superpower. Because the vast majority of the time, she's super tired.
So is that what we call this, the BBC? Just asking for a friend. Okay, we'll leave it at that. And oh, I'm sure you guys are dying to know as well.
Check our Yelp reviews.
And after that, we're gonna have another clip because we're gonna play some clips from Out Loud Health about the use of poppers and the risks of using poppers,
What's the risk?
especially related to the other two drugs that I just talked about, right?
They
They,
conflict?
they do, bitch. You didn't know that?
Well, I've never done Cialis, or Viagra. I've never done it.
Okay,
So,
I forgot.
but poppers, I have a subscription. So anyway, go ahead.
Baby, so apparently you're not supposed to use poppers if you pop one of those other pills because it can make your blood pressure drop significantly because of the lack of
Oh,
oxygen and the relaxation that happens to the muscles of the heart and all of the veins being like dilated
yeah.
because that's basically what Viagra and Cialis do. They just make those spaces where the blood flow should go into your penis. It opens them up, basically.
Wow.
So imagine you do poppers, they expand even more, then your blood pressure is less.
Gotcha.
It goes
Gotcha.
down.
Okay. Okay.
So, and it can be very dangerous if you're not careful. And I have a couple of subject matter experts on video. I'm going to watch that video right now. Okay. The first one is Cialis versus Viagra by Dr. George Foreman Smith.
Hey team, it's Dr. George Forgan Smith. I am a GP based in Melbourne, Australia with specialty interest in sexual health. A common question that I get asked is, what is the difference between Cialis and Viagra? Both of the drugs are prescribed a lot for erectile dysfunction. Before we get into the differences between the drugs though, I need to explain how they work. For an erection to happen, the brain sends a signal through the nervous system to the blood vessels in the penis saying, open up. The way that these drugs work is they amplify the message between the nerve and the blood vessel saying, really open up. So both Cialis and Viagra work in that exact same mechanism. The main differences are the length of time that they last. Viagra, for example, kicks in around about half an hour after you've taken the tablet. Cialis, however, takes a longer time to kick in. I usually say 3 to 4 hours. You need to take it beforehand to be 100% sure that it's going to work. Viagra will last about 4 to 6 hours, and Cialis can last up to 72 hours if you take the 20 milligram dose, or around about 24 if you take the 5 milligram dose. Now, it's important to note that that doesn't mean that you're going to have an erection for all of that time. It just means that it's easier to gain and maintain the erection. The penis will go up and down exactly as normal. However, it'll take much less work to gain that erection, and it will last longer. Of course, these drugs can hit other aspects of the body as well, like the blood vessels in the nose can also open up, giving a slightly blocked nose feeling. They can also work on the blood vessels in the legs, which can make the blood pressure drop a little bit as well. This is why when you're getting a prescription for Viagra or Cialis, it's really important to talk with your doctor about other drugs that you use and to check your blood pressure. Amyl nitrite also works in the exact same mechanism, so it's very important if you're using Cialis or Viagra. Amyl can also lead to a very significant drop in blood pressure when they're taken at the same time, particularly if you're on some drugs like a HIV boosted regime. Anyway, that's the difference between Cialis and Viagra. For Viagra, it's very much take it, half an hour later, you're going to have an erection, and that will last and maintain for around about 4 to 6 hours, whereas Cialis takes a longer time to kick in, but it lasts in the body for a longer time as well. I hope you found that helpful. If you did and would like to get more content like this, all you have to do is just follow me on Twitter, and feel free to share with any friends you feel might benefit from this information. Have an amazing day.
Oh my God.
Very informative.
Wasn't that very informative?
He's just hot. I'm sorry.
Dr. Foreman. Oh my God, Daddy.
Dr. Daddy, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, yes.
Call me.
I felt so educated with that beautiful British accent. I could be wrong, but I think it's British. I don't know.
So hot. So fucking hot.
But it's important to know the difference between these two drugs because I know in our community, every now and then it does happen. One of us want to like have a good performance and not worried about, what
Correct.
could happen or not. But just knowing the difference is also very important, and knowing what each one is for and the way that they react in your body is important to know because the more you know, the better. Okay?
Exactly.
So now we're going to talk about this other clip that I said about the use of poppers. Girl, have you ever used poppers?
A lot.
Same.
A lot. Now, I don't, crazy enough, I don't use poppers every time I have sex, but I do use it a lot. I even sometimes use poppers when I'm practicing self-love. So it just
I love
depends.
that. I
Yeah.
love that word, self-love.
That's it.
Self-love. Oh my God. Okay, I got lost.
She was having a Blanche Devereaux moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Girl. So I have this video. It's very impressive. It's kind of scary. Viewer discretion is advised.
But you need to know.
It's a real life case of this gay man that abused the poppers and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So let's watch it and let's just get the lessons out of it because I found it very interesting and it comes from the Out Loud Health webpage. All right.
23-year-old male presenting to the emergency department minutes after becoming unconscious in the shower. His vital signs show an elevated heart rate, but normal temperature, blood pressure, and oxygen levels. There are no signs of trauma from falling in the shower, and he doesn't have any signs of stroke, such as facial droop or weakness in the arms or legs. His boyfriend with him in the emergency department heard a loud thud and came running to the bathroom to see what happened, only to find his boyfriend sprawled out on the floor of the shower. JM quickly regained consciousness. He endorsed a feeling of lightheadedness shortly after letting the hot water hit his body, but then he blacked out. After standing up and drying off, JM and his boyfriend noticed a blue discoloration to his fingernails, which is why they came to the emergency department, which is where we are now. The clinician notes a cyanotic, or blue discoloration, of JM's fingernails and mouth. He learns that JM has a history of asthma, and perhaps this blue discoloration could be inadequate oxygen in his blood. But JM doesn't have any wheezing when listening to his lungs, and he doesn't show any signs of difficulty breathing when answering questions. What could be causing these Smurf-like changes to JM? You see, JM and his boyfriend, they love each other. They love each other very, very much. They have recently been experimenting with new ways to enhance their sex lives. After trying some different toys and lubrications, they still were looking for ways to kick things up a notch. Then, one day, while looking for their next toy at the local adult store, they came across these little bottles of air fresheners. JM remembers watching an adult film where someone used them and feels that maybe this is the answer to unlock their sex life even more. JM purchases a bottle, brings it home, and uses them for the first time. He huffs some of it into his nose, and at first it stings his nostrils. But before he can be upset with the burning in his nose, a wave of warmth rushes over his face. He feels a full sensation in his throat, and his heart begins to beat fast. He is hit with a wave of euphoria, and JM is hooked. He and his partner continue to experimenting with the air freshener and enjoy a night of intimacy together. Fast forward several weeks, and JM really enjoys how relaxed these air fresheners make him feel when bottoming for his boyfriend. So he gets more bottles of the air freshener in preparation for an intimate birthday weekend. After a night out celebrating, the boys come back home, break out their air fresheners, and get prepared for action. After they've had their fun, JM gets up to shower when he passes out unconscious, which is where we pick up our story. EKG and routine blood work are all fairly normal, and it isn't until clinicians obtain a MET hemoglobin level that they identify the problem. The normal range of MET hemoglobin in your blood is about 0% to 1.8%, whereas JM's was 26%. The The cause of JM's symptoms have been found. He had a condition called methemoglobinemia, which was induced by huffing amyl nitrite, otherwise known as poppers. You may recognize part of that word, methemoglobinemia. Hemoglobin is the part of red blood cells responsible for carrying oxygen. But methemoglobin occurs when the hemoglobin structure changes. The iron within the hemoglobin gets oxidized and results in the inability to carry oxygen correctly. The nitrite in the air freshener or poppers that JM took changed the hemoglobin on his red blood cells to affect how oxygen is delivered to the tissues of his body. This is why his fingers and mouth turn blue. But what caused JM to pass out? Clinicians taking care of JM know that nitrates cause the blood vessels to dilate, thereby causing a drop in blood pressure. It is believed that the use of nitrites in combination with a hot shower caused transient but significant drop in blood pressure due to dilation of the blood vessels, resulting in poor oxygenation of the brain tissue, resulting in losing consciousness. These poppers are commonly used for sexual enhancement as they are documented to cause euphoric feelings, and in particular for those engaging in anal intercourse, helps relax the anal sphincter muscles for a more enjoyable bottoming experience. And when nitrites are combined with other medications known to drop blood pressure or cause vasodilation, things like alcohol, erectile dysfunction medications like Cialis or Viagra, or in this case, a hot shower, watch out, or you might pass out. Fortunately for JM, he was minimally symptomatic, aside from the blue discoloration of his fingers and mouth. But some can have significant shortness of breath due to low oxygen availability. He was admitted to the hospital and started on IV fluids. His methemoglobin level dropped from 26% down to 13% at 2 hours, and then down to 2% at 6 hours. He was ultimately discharged the next day with resolution of his blue fingers and blue mouth. Treatment for methemoglobinemia is usually supportive, IV fluids and glucose, providing extra oxygen if needed, and if the methemoglobin level is greater than 20%, you can consider starting a medication called methylene blue. Methylene blue will reduce the levels of methemoglobin more quickly, and in the case of JM, where his level was 26%, clinicians considered using this medication, but since he was overall minimally symptomatic, they decided to withhold this treatment through shared decision-making with the patient and with poison control. It is not known exactly what dose of inhaled poppers will lead to this condition, but overall, there are about 10 case reports in the literature over the past 45 years of methemoglobinemia induced by poppers. And this isn't to say that this methemoglobinemia is the only issue that can arise from using poppers. If you get the liquid on your skin, it can cause some serious irritation, and the post-popper headache is always something to be aware of. If you ever have a potential toxic exposure to poppers or any other substance, please go to your local ER and consider calling Poison Control at 1-800-222-1222. I call them several times a month as I work in the emergency department, and they are great. Be safe out there and avoid combining poppers with alcohol and erectile dysfunction meds. And if your fingers ever turn blue, remember this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to live your life out loud.
Okay, that was kind of scary.
That was dramatic.
Dramatic.
Oh my God.
But facts. Okay.
It is facts, and people need to know.
Yes.
Because, you know, I will be honest, I never realized poppers could be so potentially dangerous.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I mean, enjoy it. If you like it and you're into it, enjoy it with moderation. Everything with moderation, please.
Correct.
And just be mindful if you're taking other things or have been drinking or have been using Viagra or Cialis, please be careful with those poppers, okay?
Yes.
I can tell you I have had a couple of moments where I think I went a little too far with it. So I know firsthand, be careful with it, okay? Be careful. Be careful.
Okay.
Everything in moderation.
You heard it, girls.
Okay.
The more you know.
The more you know. And if you know, you know. All right. Well, let's jump into the one topic we all love and expect of this show, sir.
Okay.
So what do we have, Joe? What do we have?
Okay, we're gonna kind of take a little bit of turn.
Okay.
I just have some questions I want to ask of our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to relationship, when it comes to a partner, does their financial situation matter?
Oh, girl, why do you have to punch me in my chest? Stab me with a fucking dagger on the first fucking question.
You started out with the dang overweight rapper.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay,
I did
come
do
on.
that. Girl, yes, of course. And I could be wrong. No, I cannot be wrong. It's my opinion, so I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, because I don't know the people, but I have worked my butt off
Yeah.
to be where I am. You know, no one comes over here to give me shit for free.
Facts.
Okay. And I worked hard for my career. I've done all the jobs under the sun that you can think of.
Come on.
Okay. To be able to get where I am. And for the most part in my life, all my previous partners, like mostly they're just taking advantage of it. Because I'm always the one moving the cart forward. I'm always the one pushing the cart and never the one being helped.
So let me ask you this question. And may I ask the same question, but then put a little spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
Does finances matter in a relationship, or is it about you having the ability to say no up front because you refuse to carry them?
Well, girl, if people had a little sign on their foreheads that would say, "Oh, I'm not gonna keep a job while we're married," or "I'm just gonna, let the bills roll," then you probably would see the red flag. But
Even if in the relationship, before you even get into the relationship, and you're having conversations with each other, and you're talking about the things that you will and you will not tolerate, why not bring it up then before saying yes to a relationship?
yeah, I'm not saying that like every accident, it's completely avoidable.
Yeah.
Which is like when you're in love or when you're like have a delirium for someone, you're not even like looking at red flags, which is the problem. You need to look for the red flags and pay attention.
So,
and I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to learn that.
So is it about what's more important? Self-preservation or being Captain Save-A-Ho?
What did Mama Ruth say?
I have no fucking clue.
Every episode. If you don't love yourself, how the are you gonna love somebody else?
Okay, that's true. That's true. But again, you can still love yourself, but still want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. But do you go into self-preservation and go, yes, I married you because I loved you. I am wanting to be in a relationship with you, and I love your company and I love your partnership.
Yeah.
But it is not my job to save another grown-ass man.
Apparently, and allegedly, and unfortunately, I take on the project, and then at the end of the project towards review, then I tend to do oh my God, what did I do this for?
Right. Okay, so
But I'm working on it.
So if you go in, so when you're evaluating your next partner,
and did you see how like I use the wording project? I tend to do that shit.
See, Captain Save-A-Ho.
Captain Save-A-Ho. Captain Save-A-Ho stayed in 2024.
Hello.
Okay. Not anymore.
I, on the other hand,
Yes.
I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho. Because the whole trying to save herself.
Okay.
So,
First of all.
but your financial status doesn't matter to me if we're living in two separate households.
Oh, like what we were talking about the other night.
Your financial status means nothing because before you met me, if you were getting your bills paid, boo, then that's what you got to do to get your bills paid. Only time it will matter if you getting your bills paid comes via my bank account. That's just never going to happen. And that will be the immediate death of our relationship.
Well, and let me tell you, you want facts? Most divorces, the main cause of divorces
It's money.
nowadays is financials.
I agree.
Okay,
Now, next question.
come on, bring it on.
When it comes to your relationships,
Yes.
do you share your problems in your relationship with your friends? And do you follow their advice? Should they give it?
Damn. She's out for blood. She's out for blood, this bitch.
Just saying.
I am going to say that I have. Just because, not to everybody, but my one friend at the time, my confidant. Yes, of course. I think we all have a friend that we feel comfortable enough to talk about, the problems we have in our relationships, because we have to have some way to vent.
So here's my question. If you're having, if things are great,
Okay.
and you're talking to your friends, oh my God, I love him, we're fabulous, yada, 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 all is good. And then you go into, we're having these problems, we're having these issues. At what point is it a betrayal to your partner?
And the way I see it is, because you don't have to give them the whole list of details, just what your feelings are. That's how I see it. I try to explain how I feel about a situation at home with that one confident person, my confidant. But the moment that you start taking like the trash, the skeletons in the closet of your partner, and you bring them into the conversation, I feel like that's when you're betraying them. Because they entrusted you with something that was so private and so personal that you should have never shared it. And I think that's when betrayal happens there.
Do you think if when you're talking to your partner, should you reveal to your partner or ask from your partner, is it okay if I talk about our relationship with my best friend? Hang on.
Okay.
Good, bad, or indifferent? Or do you just say nothing and still hold that conversation with your best friend about the good, the bad, and indifferent about your partner? Does that come across as you lying to your partner? Because the omission of truth is a lie.
Girl, I never thought about it. Honestly, I'm a very authentic person, I think.
Yeah.
And, if I feel like I need to vent with my friend, I just vent. I don't ask permission. I've never had to. But I guess if my partner from the get-go would say, hey, if we have any issues, I want to keep them private, then okay, well, that's different. Now I know beforehand that I should not do that. But if we haven't had that conversation and it just happens, like...
But do you think of all the things when getting to know someone and before you decide that that we want to be in a relationship, shouldn't that be one of the questions that you should be asking prior to committing to the relationship?
Probably.
Because I feel it should be.
Okay. Okay, well, I learned something new. I hope you did too. I'm sorry, Mama.
No. It's okay. No. It's okay.
But yes. I think it would be appropriate. I would think it would be an appropriate conversation to have. For sure.
How comfortable would you be if you and your partner had the most amazing night at sex
Okay.
And
I'm
then
getting excited.
and then the next day,
Yes.
he's having a conversation with his friends about all the things you did to him that made him happy.
Ah, girl. You asked the wrong bitch.
How would you feel about that?
I would be, give him fucking details.
Okay.
But that's me.
Okay.
I am a hoe. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not going to deny it.
What if y'all were married? Would you still feel the same way?
As long as he's not telling it to my coworkers or my mom.
But here's the thing.
It's okay.
How? But I think it's a double-edged sword.
Why?
You say it's okay for him to talk about it, but you get to pick and choose the audience who he talks to.
How? Oh,
You just
because I'm
finished-
saying that not
Yeah.
to my mom or okay.
Yeah. Do you think that's fair?
I think it's common sense, right?
No.
Okay.
Because here's the deal. Some people think it's common sense that you should have known in the very beginning with some of the red flags that I might have cheated on you.
Ah, girl.
Some
Okay.
people, it's common sense that you knew that I was struggling with a job when we met. Then that's the reason why I'm now unemployed. You knew, and with it's at what point it's so crazy. Do you feel that people use that phrase? It's common sense to give them an out from being an adult and actually opening their mouths and saying things firsthand.
It might not be about being not being adult enough. I think it's more of like whether you have good communication skills or not. And not everyone is at the same level of communication skills.
But if you know that going in,
Right.
why commit to a relationship? Or are you afraid of the truth? So you just avoid it and hope it never comes up.
Well, in a perfect world, couples will have this conversation before they even start. But the truth is, we start fucking and then we go out and.
That's the next question.
Okay.
Do you
Lord.
think in the decision of being in a relationship, should sex be a decision maker?
Fuck yes.
Okay.
Of course. Okay. I understand for our viewers that are asexual and that is not part of their lives, But how?
Okay.
If the sex is not good, relationship ain't going to work for me. Let's just put it out there, plain and flat.
Here's the question.
Okay.
Which do you think is easier?
Yes.
Teaching a person not to be a liar or teaching somebody to be better at sex?
The later. You can teach them how to have sex. You can teach decency.
So going back to my question,
Yes.
why is sex a deciding factor when that person is potentially
Well,
because here's the deal.
It's a
Wait a minute, hang on,
deciding factor,
hang-
not all the.
No, I said a deciding factor.
A
not,
deciding
not
factor,
the deciding factor. A deciding factor.
Yes.
Going back to your Captain Save-A-Ho period, because those individuals who took advantage of you were actually liars. They didn't tell you the truth.
Well, they didn't come with a label, or maybe they didn't even realize that they were not up to par. But I don't know.
But you can't tell me that.
I wouldn't call them liars. That's what I'm trying to say.
I will say this. When your bank statement comes and there's no money in that bank and you can see that bank statement, when you go online and you see a negative, when you got bills coming in, you can't pay and you say nothing, you're a liar.
Okay.
Especially when you're in a relationship.
Well, I mean,
It's in a relationship in a sense where all of your lives are now combined. Everything's intermingled.
Yes, and
If we're living separate households, and you guys say shit to me.
I mean, you have to be mindful that if you want to have a relationship with another functioning adult that has, a stable income, you need to be a part to it. You have to do your part. You have to be the kind of person that you would like to date.
Next question.
Okay. And with this one, we're closing because, girl, we're way over our threshold.
Wait, okay. This may be one that you may have to just answer on the next episode.
Oh, shit.
How easy and or difficult will it be to tell someone you're no longer in love with them?
Girl. It's hot in this room all of a sudden. I have the hot flashes. Girl. How dare you, first of all? First of all, I'm an Aquarius.
Okay. Explain to the girls.
I fall in love at the speed of light. No, at the speed of sound.
Hey.
And I fall off of love at the speed of light.
Hello. Come on. Preach on it, girl.
So, but again, it's something I'm working on because I realized that instead of looking for a partner, sometimes what I do is look for a project. And when my project is done, like any good project manager, hey, let's wrap this up. Bye. But it shouldn't be like that. Relationships are not meant to be like that. They're long-standing commitments. And if you don't want a relationship that it's a long-term relationship, then tell them from the beginning. Like you said, communication.
Right.
Like be honest to yourself and be honest to the other person and save them some time. Save the whole some time. But I am going to say that me personally, I collect bad experience and dislike to a point where my cup is running.
Okay.
And when it finally, spills, that's when the love it's over. And I tell them, hey, I can't do this shit no more. Which is bad. It's a bad behavior because it's you not being assertive enough to bring up your needs and bring up your boundaries and just letting them run over you until you no longer can take it. But is it their fault at that point? Well, it's your fault too, because you didn't say what was going on. You were keeping it all bottled up.
So do you make that? And I'm so sorry, y'all. So do you make that decision? Okay.
Flagellation.
So do you make that decision that I'm no longer in love at the start of emotional hurt or during mental hurt?
At the end, when I can no longer tolerate all of the bad situations, which is terrible. It's a terrible communication skills. It's like none.
But why can't...
I'm getting better at it though.
So my grandmother used to say, she used to always say, baby, how many times you got to get hit by a truck before you figure out that shit hurts? Okay? So if you know, why not make the decision at the start versus continue down this road that is irreversible? Because you can hurt, you can hurt me mentally, emotionally on day 15. And it will be day 16 in which I say, bitch, you gotta go.
Because you're assertive enough.
However, it's gonna be on day 30. And you can come back to me, apologize to me on day 30. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna reverse it.
Hey, I take full accountability about my own life decisions and my love life decisions. And I recognize the patterns. And that's why I have a therapist. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you if you're watching.
Give the shout out to
You're amazing.
Baby, let's give a shout out to our therapist. Let's go.
All right. Give them some love.
I don't have one. Okay, go ahead.
We talked about this already. Yeah. But to wrap it up, Yes, those are very good questions. And bitch, I'm going to get you. Just wait for it. I'm going to serve it cold.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this episode and
this was fun.
This conversation somehow hit home in a way or another. Please subscribe and like us and follow us.
Please.
TikTok, Instagram, Amazon Music, Spotify. And of course, YouTube.
Yes. That's where the full video will be.
All right. And we're going to be doing some special coverage this week, like I said, from San Juan, Puerto Rico on that very weekend. So stay tuned.
We meaning he. Okay.
Yeah. Me, myself, and I.
Thank y'all for watching. See you next time.
Thank you. See you next time.